Well, ladies and germs, right now it is a very, 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 very special day. It is my trainee's birthday. It is my trainee's birthday. It is my trainee's birthday. So I want y'all to join me in singing Trainee Jack's happy birthday on the count of 3. Jax, are you gonna join in on singing happy birthday? I don't know if that works out if you're supposed to sing happy birthday to yourself, but all right, y'all. Okay, I think we got something in your hair. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jax. Happy birthday to you. Yay! 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 You want to say anything to the Noodle House, Jax? Do you want to say anything to the Noodle House?
Hey, I love y'all. Thank you for supporting Noodle and the Noodle House. I'm gonna go ahead and have me a birthday cake.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I am tired. Yesterday we got loaded up with some installation. We're actually in the process of getting unloaded right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Some, I guess, apartment building that they gotta fix a roof on or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you why we're tired. Yesterday I arrived at the shipper, I think around 2 o'clock or something like that, 2:40 or something. I didn't get in to get loaded until about 2 hours later. Yeah, about 4 something. About 4:40 that they loaded me up. Which, you know, it isn't bad. They get in there and load me up. And I'm getting some stuff. There's like a variety of things. Like majority of my trailers the same stuff, but at the back they had to go find a lot of different pieces and make a bundle. So that took them some time, which was kind of annoying. But no, it is what it is. We got it done. We got loaded up, and then I had to throw straps. So last week, when I got my, I did a trailer swap. I picked up a I can't talk today. I picked up a pre-planned load out of Cumberland City. Took down to Decula, Georgia, DeKalb, Georgia, Decula, something like that. And from there, I went to go pick up some lumber from Norboard in Lynette, Alabama. As I picked up the trailer, there was a couple things that were wrong with it. It was damage to the piece that holds up the mud flap on the front axle. So that thing is completely gone. I'm not sure how the heck somebody lost that, but they did. So maybe they backed up to something and they tore it up. So while doing my check of the trailer, I also found that a couple of the tires were pretty much bald. They definitely were not in DOT regulation. And I pushed on through and I told my fleet manager I just, call Road Repair over the weekend, which I did not do. Because I was at home enjoying my family time and I didn't want to deal with, work stuff. Which came back to bite me in the buttocks because I forgot all about it until I delivered my load yesterday morning. I delivered my lumber, and when I got there and I was taking off my tarps, the sidewall of the wheel had basically looked like it had been trimmed off, like some ham. It looked like it had been trimmed off. So I called Road Repair, and they said it was going to be approximately about 120 minutes, which is 2 hours, for the tire person to get there. So while I was there, did my paperwork, and I helped a couple couple people with their tarps and things like that. And then the guy had showed up within like 20 or 30 minutes. So he gets out and fixes, well, he looks at the tire. He's like, hey, it ain't safe to stand around this tire because, you know, this thing could explode at any minute. And so I'm like, yo, I'm glad you said something because I've been around this tire, like messing with it, pressing up against it and everything, trying to stop the air from leaking out. And he's like, yeah, no, get away from the tire. So now I'm like 20 feet away, 20 yards away, like behind his truck, because I'm kind of nervous that the thing's gonna blow up. And usually I'm not very fearful of stuff like that, but if the professional at that job is telling you, hey, this is dangerous, and I'm kind of nervous to try to let the air out, it kind of gave me an uneasy feeling. So anyway, he changed out the 2 tires. Oh, sorry, they had me move up a little bit. So he changed out the 2 tires, and you know, I'm like, okay. So my company doesn't like for the company who changes the tires to take the tires. They want us to take the tires and drop them off at some drop-off point, which they have a couple of them throughout the region that we run and everything. And so I got these 2 tires on my trailer, which, you know, that's whatever. You get the tires up there, you strap them down. The load that I went to go pick up required the entire trailer. So I had to unstrap the 2 tires, and I basically put them on my catwalk until my trailer got loaded with the installation. And so I'm trying to think of ways that I can, or places that I can put these tires to where they're secure. So I messaged my Facebook group for the job. I'm like, hey, where's the best place to put these tires? And they showed me a couple pictures of how they did them. I was like, I have no place on my trailer, and I'm not really sure about how you guys put them underneath the trailer. So they showed me some pictures, and I guess I kind of got the what I thought was the best or most secure. Took 2 4-inch straps, strapped them to the side of the trailer, put them through the tires, and had them come back up, and I put them inside of the winches. So the 2 tires held up by 2 4-inch straps. Did that, threw all my straps on my installation, got that secured, and then had to go tarp it. So strapping installation doesn't take long. It's fairly simple. It's not heavy, but it is tedious. It's usually fairly tall, so you have to throw the straps, put a twist in it, which now thinking about it, I didn't really need to do because it was tarp, but you know, I try to do the right thing every time, so it just becomes basically a good habit. So strapped them all down, put my edge protectors up, just trying to make sure that I didn't damage it, because installation is very, very fragile. Like, it doesn't take much to damage it, and then you know you'll end up having a load claim. So you want to be careful of that stuff. So did all that, went to go unroll my tarps, and so what sucks about throwing the tarps, if you don't have a perfect box, like a perfect square at the front or the back, it kind of makes things a little difficult. Well, not difficult, but it just makes things a little different from if it was a perfect square. So the front was a perfect square, that was pretty easy, but the back was not. I had like this, if you know the Tetris piece where it has the 3 blocks at the bottom and then the 1 up top, it looked exactly like that. So I had to throw the X strap on the back, and then that just kept pissing me off because the X strap wanted to just keep falling off the load, and it was just annoying. It was extremely, extremely annoying. I was already hot and tired, and so I finally got that stuff secured, all my edge protectors, tightened down the straps, backed up to throw the tarps, One issue that I had, the daggum tarp was under one of the straps. So I had to get down from on top of the load, climb down, untighten the strap, climb back up, remove the tarp, climb back down, tighten the strap back up, and then roll out the tarp. Now we have 48-foot trailers. 48-foot trailers, tarps. Since I used the entirety of both of the tarps, I had to put so many bungees. I have a pre-existing shoulder injury, from when I was in service. I hate bungees. I hate bungees. I hate them. Because afterwards, no matter if I try to use one shoulder or one arm to secure the majority of my bungees, usually you don't want to do that. You want to use both arms, pull down so you can get the full elasticity. I'm not sure if that's a word, but we're going to roll with it. Elasticity of the bungee and secure it to the next D-ring or whatever the case may be. Usually after setting bungees or taking off bungees, my shoulder's on fire. And because I have a torn rotator cuff muscle, which that's not important. I'm sorry, this dude was kind of signaling somebody, kind of threw me off. So after all the bungees were said and done, I think I had a few hours left on my clock. I could have drove somewhere, but this load needed to be delivered at 8 a.m. So if I would have drove, my clock had already been in sleeper berth since about 3. I was like, well, I could just wait until, so 3, I got finished tarping and everything at about 8. Yes, it took a long time. I got done, they got done loading me up a little bit before 6 p.m. I think. And dealing with the tires and everything, it took me a total of 2 hours, which isn't bad. But when it's hot outside, it seems a lot longer than what it is. So I finished that stuff. I just crept over to the parking lot because you were able to park at that location. And I slept. Handled some personal business. And I ended up getting to sleep right around midnight. And got right back up at 2 this morning to deliver this load on time at 8. I'm tired, man. In trucking, you will work while you're in sleeper berth. Don't think that you won't work. When you're doing your 10-hour break, it ain't always 10 hours. I'm just letting you guys know that in advance. If you don't know that about trucking, especially flatbed, while you're doing your 10-hour break, you will be working. Was unrolling tarps or rolling tarps. Because you want to conserve as much of your clock as possible. So when you load and unload, you do a 30-minute. And then after that, you go to sleeper berth to conserve your 70-hour clock for the week so you're able to make it home and things like that. You will be working. Sometimes that 10-hour break, hell, is a 3-hour break. Like I did. Or, it could be a little bit more, could be less, just depending on how you want to run your truck. Just keep that in mind, man. Flatbedding is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. These elements are not for everybody. Because you're going to have to roll the tarp. It could be 100 degrees. Your butt out there in that sun, you rolling that tarp on that load if the customer wants that tarp unrolled on that load. You get paid a little bit for it, but you're going to work for your money, man. You're going to work for your money. Anyway, I'm about to get ready to get out of here.